choose you. Season 7's our destiny. Let's eat some Alolan food. I choose you.
Hello and welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zielick and I'm the host and Alton Brown of the group. Joining me this week, as always, is...
your friend on this show, Ben Montoya.
Ian Davis, the Antonio Galoni of the show.
Oh, and Evan Aubrey, sorry. And Jeremy, I know you said no bits before the show started, but I have a bit.
Right.
Okay.
So you know how we've been talking about bananas and banana flavors, banana flavored things? Mm-hmm. Well, I have a very special banana treat.
Oh.
Not a drink, unfortunately, but that ship has sailed. But I do have a Tokyo banana straight from Japan.
Whoa.
Sorry, what?
Have you never heard of Tokyo banana?
It's tiny.
No, why is it like wrapped in plastic?
That's one thing is all Asian snacks love to be wrapped individually because that's just kind of a thing that they do.
Okay.
But this Tokyo banana is basically like they're like a sweets shop. Basically, they make a lot of things, but the titular banana in question is basically like a Japanese Twinkie. Said Tokyo banana, yeah, it's like weird. Think like Uncrustables bread on the outside.
Nice.
And then think like legitimate, like you just take a banana and put it in a blender and then mix it with some custard on the inside.
Banana custard.
Ooh,
So
okay.
it's delicious. I don't have a drink this week, but I do have this. I know how much people love to listen to people eating on a microphone.
Well, at least it's really soft, so you don't have like loud crunching noises. I mean, if your banana was doing it, then I'd say your banana isn't ripe enough yet.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. Inside's not appealing, but it's delicious.
Appealing?
It's not appeal.
Like a banana?
Appealing?
Damn it.
Anyway,
Question:
that's my
what
bit.
would happen if you unwrapped a real banana and there was a Tokyo banana in its place? Would you feel like is it like a step up above a banana in your case, or is it kind of like, would you be disappointed?
If I was feeling a little desserty, a little something sweet, I'd be pleasantly surprised.
I think I would be disappointed because I was expecting a banana and I would probably want that. But
Yeah.
if I feel like in most cases, if I was reaching into like, let's say like my refrigerator and pulling out a food item that it was what I expected it to be, but like I cut open my apple and it was an orange on the inside, I would be shit. I don't. This isn't really what I wanted. I wanted an apple, not an orange.
And then you turn around and David Blaine was there.
Yeah.
Break your mind.
And I'd like the listeners to know that this entire time I was eating this Tokyo banana with no peel.
Yeah.
No peel.
Oh yeah,
Raw
straight. You didn't
raw
hold
dogging it.
Yeah, you didn't hold it in the plastic wrapping while you were eating it. I feel like my argument for fully unpeeling the banana before eating it is that a banana is not like a burrito. It's not going to like spill everywhere while I'm eating it. I don't have to worry about that.
That's my point.
So you can't say that you've never like taken your hand off of a banana and seen those little stringy pulp bits of the banana come off onto your finger, though, right?
Not on
Like
these
that's not an.
mitts.
Yeah, my hands are
Maybe
Teflon,
my fingers are just
Ben.
especially sticky, but like
You got Spider-Man
this is a common
fingies.
experience.
God, you're just so fucking unhinged because like your burrito like argument doesn't make any sense. Like the banana isn't spilling everywhere, but it's leaving a residue on your hands. You cannot deny that. The burrito does not leave a residue, and that's why the tortilla is the golden rule, right? Like,
Do you want to wrap a banana in a tortilla after you pop it out
that'd
of
be
there?
great. You've never had a banana like tortilla, spread some peanut butter, put a
is
banana
good.
in there?
Absolutely.
But did you put a whole
burrito.
banana in there?
Yeah.
Or did you cut it?
I probably did cut it, but I stand my ground law. I
could.
think it would work great.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Tomorrow
no,
morning I'll eat my banana. I'll unwrap the whole thing, throw the peel in the trash, and then eat my banana as I'm walking out the door.
FaceTime Ian as you do it.
Yeah.
And you won't even like, run your hands under a sink, as you're walking out the door, or maybe like bring like a napkin with you to
No, I
wipe
do
your
wanna-
grubby little mitts.
Yeah. I lick my fingers and then I dip them like on the ground as I'm going outside.
You're Your steering wheel
Jesus
must be the
Christ.
most disgusting fucking thing on the planet. Like, it just must be crusted in banana, like, residue.
Joke's on you. I don't drive much.
I'm talking to Jeremy.
No, I do drive a
Talking to
lot,
Jeremy.
but my steering wheel is very clean because I just had my car clean.
Evan, your keyboard must be crusted in banana.
Oh yeah.
From all that banana residue.
I'm
Yeah.
picturing,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Sometimes I like, like salad fingers. Well, my banana fingers. I like put a banana on the end of each one of my fingies, and I like typing with that to kind of like get into like the headspace of our primate ancestors.
we gotta move on
Sick.
from this. I'm gonna throw up.
Okay, LaCroix boys, what beverages are you drinking tonight on I Choose You? I have a Santa Fe Brewing social hour because I'm being social.
Crack it.
I did.
Hell yeah. I'm drinking a Sierra Nevada Dank Little Something. Or no, Dank Little Thing IPA.
Good.
LaCroix.
Ian.
So,
Ooh,
LaCroix.
An actual
Oh, he's
LaCroix.
back with
Look
the
at
LaCroix.
that.
I haven't
Innocent.
drank one in so long I spilt it all over myself taking a sip. I forgot how to drink.
oh no.
Classic airplane. I have a drinking problem.
Yes.
Just pour it out.
Ben, you said your beverage company was Sierra Nevada.
Uh-huh.
Do you think they could be like, since they abandoned it, we can now call our brews Sierra Mist?
Oh, is that their like
might
dry
try to take-
January
Yes.
sparkly water?
Yeah. Hey, look.
Oh.
Look, all I'm saying is that the Pepsi company, I think, abandoned the Sierra Mist trademark. So it's there for...
They abandoned it. They put it in a stroller, left it at the fire station
Yes.
for Sierra Nevada to pick up.
I don't think it's abandoned. I think they're just logging it. Like all the companies, like 5 to 10 years from now, Sierra Mist is going to come back as like a retro vintage beverage.
Oh my god, you're so right.
And it's going to be called like Baby Mist or whatever.
Baby mist.
Yeah.
Like Baby
No, it's gonna be. There's gonna be people that are like, remember when we used to have Sierra Mist, and like you would go to the movie theater and you'd get that, and now it's just Starry, and I hate Starry, but I love Sierra Mist. That's what like society will be like in 20 years.
So,
They'll
and
be
I
able
think
to
this
resell it.
is proven out by the change to Starry. I don't think anyone remembers Sierra Mist. They're not like, oh, what strong memories I have tied to this Sierra Mist that I drank.
All the more reason for it to have like a Mandela effect resurgence in
Okay.
a generation or two. People are going to be like, wait, does anyone remember Sierra Mist?
What? It's spelled Baron Sierra.
Consider this. Mist moment.
Oh, a mist,
Mist
moment.
moment.
Is that when you forget something, unlike the mug moment when you remember it?
I'm having a mist moment.
Like the ad is like, never have a mist moment. And then they crack.
Oh.
Oh,
M-I-S-S-E-D.
moment.
It's like, some nerdy ass guy at the bar, and he's like, oh, I really want to go talk to this girl. And then he's like putting it off, and then like she ends up leaving. And it's like, never have a missed moment.
With the
And they,
Chad.
like
Yeah.
rewind it, and then the guy's like, have this. And he drinks it, and he walks up and just like slaps her ass.
Okay, well, we might need to tone down the optics of this particular ad, but I think you're onto something with the tagline.
I will say that plot point happens almost exactly in the movie Wonka, where there's this guy and he's trying to propose to his girlfriend, and he's like, and his girlfriend's like, "You're really lame. I'm sorry, we can't do this." And then Wonka gives him giraffe-themed candy, and he gets the courage to become a better man, and he proposes to his girlfriend with more conviction, and then they get married.
So giraffes are courageous? Is that what we took from this?
I'm not 100% the logic on it. I think it just makes you feel good or something. The giraffe chocolate.
But it
It makes you feel tall, I think, is what they're implying.
does he feel like more secure because his skin is patterned like a giraffe and everyone else's skin is patterned like a giraffe, so he has like herd tactics and he can safely propose.
One last thing. Do you think Craigslist would be totally just littered with missed connections, but it's all ads for Sierra Mist?
Nice.
See, that's like in our dystopian future where they outlaw Sierra Mist, and we have to hide our trading of it through a thing called Mist Connections.
Could there be like they bring it back for Christmas time get a kiss under the mistletoe.
Chris missed.
Oh, the mistletoe.
Celebrate this Chris missed under the mistletoe.
Oh my god. Sierra Mist Company or Starry, hire us so we can restart your Sierra Mist campaign.
You
in
fucked
like
up
20
Sierra
years.
Mist so bad. You were just like, we're implying the refreshing mountain air. No, you've got to imply some sort of like a Total Recall situation with the mist connections or a
Something's
Christmas
missing
tie. Yes.
in our society.
Oh.
Sierra Mist is
It brings
the
us
key.
together.
If there's anything
Yeah.
Gen Z loves, it's
Last
puns.
Yes.
ad for you. Guy wakes up. He's running late, rummaging for socks. He grabs 2 different socks. He puts them on. He gets out the door, and then like it's also following, this other presumable love interest who's also getting ready and is like grabbing the wrong 2 wrong gloves, and like they're going through the day, and they're like
Okay.
blah blah blah, and then they meet at they end up at the same coffee shop, and they instantly get each other's drinks because they're both named Jesse or some shit, and then
Okay.
mismatched.
Oh.
So do they pour Sierra Mist in their coffees and then drink it?
Well, that's the thing. You think they're coffees, and then they take off the lid to put the sugar in or whatever, and it's fucking.
I gotta put more sugar in my soda.
Their hands touch, reaching for the sugar canister.
Yeah.
Well, it's another example of the mismatch. They think they're getting coffee, but they're actually getting Sierra Mist. And then they both look at each other and they're like, "What the hell is going on?"
No,
and then,
going back to an earlier point. If I was at a coffee shop and I ordered a coffee and it was a soda, I would say I don't want this.
But what if you met the love of your life?
Okay,
Matched, Jeremy. Matched.
Mismatched.
Set.
Mismanaged.
Missed. Match.
Okay.
All right.
And you guys thought we'd be able to get through this show without doing bits. Gesundheit.
We need a bits jar.
Yeah. Oh man.
Every time you do a bit, put
Gotta
in
put
a
your
dollar.
bits in the jar.
Man. Well, let's bid on over to our main section of the show, let's call it. Here on I Choose You, each week we randomly select a new Pokemon to cook and eat. We come prepared with a variety of versatile recipes. We share those recipes with one another, and then we determine, very democratically, who has the best recipe of the week. So this week, our Pokemon is Trumbeak, a kind of a Toucan Sam alike. I know Toucanon, the final evolution, is the most Toucan Sam like, but I think we're like part of the way there on Trumbeak.
It's also woodpecker,
yeah.
according to the Bulbapedia page.
Right.
But yeah, if we want to make more cereal jokes this week, we could do that too. So the lane is there. But yeah.
Yeah, you were saying that we needed a whole episode dedicated to the Kellogg cinematic universe. So
This might be the one.
I don't know if anyone has a toucan-related recipe that we want to lead with instead of our usual methods.
No,
2 cans of what?
a Sierra Mist.
Fuck.
I wanted to so bad, but it was just like the fruit was on the ground. It was beneath the ground. That's how low.
It was beneath
I would have to dig it up. That's how.
Yeah. It was a new tree. I would have had to pull it out of
Yeah.
the ground.
Yeah, the fruit was in the ground and sprouted a new tree. You're right.
Yeah. All right. Well, I won last week, but I just did the whole introductory spiel. So let's say Ian goes first this week.
As you wish. Reading the flavor text, I really got caught on the he loves to spit the seeds. And so naturally I was like, food you spit was my search. But
Okay.
Sunflower
Are you
seeds.
a baby?
sunflower seeds would have been good. But for some reason
Never showed up?
did not show up. In fact, nothing showed up for me. But
Zero results.
no, it was a lot of articles on anorexia and stuff like that.
Uh-oh.
But what I did think of is you do spit wine,
Yeah, into
Yes,
that
you
bucket. Yeah.
right? So
When you're tasting it, simply
yes.
tasting.
So what I'm proposing is maybe a Sauvignon Tremblanc.
Pretty good.
Oh,
All right.
how full-bodied is this Trumbeak?
Oh, it'll put hair on your chest.
Would you say your Tremblanc might perhaps show up in a comedic murder mystery and be Benoit Tremblanc,
Yeah, he eats a donut.
the renowned detective?
Eats a donut.
Yeah.
Sits in the bathtub on a call with Sondheim.
Plays among
Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know that like we're putting the bird in the wine, but integral to the winemaking process. Consider the steps of making wine. First, you got to plant it, right?
Oh, no,
Wow. We're really starting at
First,
basics.
you're born.
First, the world is made.
In the beginning, there was Sheldon.
God said, "Let there be light."
Sheldon said, "Big Bang, bazinga."
Yeah, right. We love a bazinga. to
No,
start
he
the
learned
recipe.
Bazinga later. So he said, I think he started the universe by saying it all started with a Big Bang, and then like maybe the Bare Naked Ladies.
Oh, yeah,
and
they
it
did
caused
say
the
it.
universe to start. Yeah.
Fast forward a little bit. You got to plant your
Right.
your fruits. So
Agriculture has become a core part of human
Right.
society.
exactly. Take the Trumbeak, fill them up with feed them a lot of grapes. It's a real like chicken or Trumbeak or the grape. Which one came first at this point? But feed them a lot of the grapes.
Well, I will say, unlike the chicken and the egg, I don't think Trumbeaks are born from grapes. So I don't think the metaphor really tracks there.
Prove me wrong. Show me a Trumbeak being born, and I'll tell you.
Well, I can. In the game, it hatches from an egg.
That's a game.
This is real life we're talking about here.
Show me the anime.
And what is an egg if not a more hard grape?
Check
Yeah. It's a hard grape.
Wow, are there like alcoholic grape? For as much as people love drinking grape-related stuff to get fucked up,
Their alcoholic grapes is wine.
but I want
What
like
are
I'm
you
talking about like a mixed drink, like a hard
Oh, so you want to put like grape juice in a mixed drink
like
at
like
a
grape.
bar? I'm sure you
like
could
a
do that.
vodka grape cocktail.
Soda.
Like fermenting the grape past the point of wine to the like more like hard alcohol
like-
percentage
Well,
of alcohol.
Ben, I actually I've got exciting news for you. If you ferment wine past the point of being wine, it becomes vinegar, and you can put that in a mixed drink too.
What do you got for us, though?
There you go.
Well, there are grape cocktails.
Name one.
Grape
Is that what-
flavored.
Well, not like purple drank flavored cocktails, but like you can make a grape Moscow Mule or a Concord Crush.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
That one's fun. That's blueberries and grapes and grape vodka.
Grape vodka.
Grape vodka. Okay, there you go.
There's grape vodka.
But yeah, it's like the purple drank
Okay.
vodka. Not like a Welch's
Right.
or Welch's Concord grape.
Oh, I stand corrected.
Time for Welch's to hop into the hard
fuck
yeah.
Alcohol.
No, Welch's should be
sector.
like, fuck it, we're giving up on the juice business. We're all in on wine production now.
Suck it, 5-year-olds.
Yes.
That'd be awesome. I got no good. Welch only rhymes with belch, and that's like not that funny.
Welch's Belches. That's pretty good. A 5-year-old could get behind that.
Yeah. Anyway, I haven't moved the ball like 1 yard this this whole time.
Right.
So you're like the Lions. Whoa.
Oh, got him.
Too soon. The bird eats the grapes. The bird spits out the grapes beautifully, like exactly.
Okay, quick question. Can we like get like a funnel, put a bunch of grapes in it, feed it to the Trumbeak, and then very Mickey Mouse style, maybe like crank its tail, and that like makes it like a Gatling gun that shoots out seeds.
Absolutely. The Trumbeak would do it the same exact way anyway, but he like wants you to feel good.
He wants you to do it.
So you spread your seed across the land. Turns
Okay.
turns into the vines. However many years pass. You got your wine grapes. Pluck them, harvest them. Trumbeak stomps them for you with his little bird feet. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then you make that into the wine, and then you're at your like ritzy wine tasting party. Everyone's like has their fun like masquerade mask of a Trumbeak, and they're like, spitting the.
Everyone's spitting at each
Well,
other.
maybe not.
There's no buckets. You just spit the wine at each other.
Wow, that must be like a Pokemon kink thing, right? Like they all have their masks and they're like spitting into each other's mouths and like passing it around the room.
Sure. Maybe this is a situation where a trough would come in handy.
Yeah, we got.
Oh, yeah.
We've got the wine trough here. We're really. I think that this is like a high class establishment, but we do have a trough.
So basically you're using the Trumbeak as like a vineyard mechanism, like to create a vineyard business.
Would you say that the wine grown from the grapes that the Trumbeak ate and then spat out have like kind of the effect of like the civet coffee?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what that effect is per se.
Shit.
It doesn't taste like shit. It does not.
Well, no, but it has that part of it.
Well,
I guess,
he's not.
right?
It never gets that far in the system, right?
Yeah, he spits it out.
Like certainly the seed
Okay.
doesn't make it to his bowels, and then he spits it up.
Be fairly impressive.
Good to know.
But maybe I'm not even gonna speculate, but sure. It's like any like self-respecting moving business is gonna have some champs helping out, right? Similarly, I think all the best vineyards have like some Trumbeaks that have like been there for generations and like started the land in the beginning, and they're still there to this day, like spitting and stomping.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Wow.
Interesting.
Do you think the bird stomping add like a unique flavor?
No, because
bird
we
feet?
wash their feet real good.
Okay.
Because like
Nice.
if you ever went to a winery and they're like, yeah, like this one guy stomps the grapes and that gives it a unique flavor, nobody wants that. That isn't what you want to be like giving the wine its flavor.
I don't know. I've been to a few wineries and I wouldn't put it past them.
Pick better wineries. I don't know what to say.
I also feel like as far as like Pokemon to human illnesses go, like that seems like a place where that could potentially be an issue. So I appreciate that you keep the bird's feet clean.
Keep the Pocovid at bay.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man, Pacovid?
All right.
Have we not done that yet? Fuck.
Because it's terrible. That's why.
All right. Next up on the list is Evan.
Oh. All right. So, also looking at the Bulbapedia page, it's noted that the Trumbeak is in fact the Bugle Pokemon.
Oh no.
Oh, Ben. Well,
Do we have similar recipes?
I'm not making like just any old bugle here. I'm kind of expounding on it if that helps.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Maybe it's the exact same recipe. But so essentially, I'm not presupposing that you just rip it off and it is in fact bugle, because that'd be too easy. But I do presuppose that you need the beaks to make the flour to make the bugles.
Okay, so it's ground up beak instead of corn.
Yeah, exactly. So it gives it that nice kind of gritty but airy texture. when you bite into it. So that's kind of the base for your bugles. Once you've made the dough, you wrap it around the fun little cone shape mold, and then you pop that in the fryer or whatever it is. They come out all nice and crispy. But we don't stop there, because just as a little Trumbeak homage, we're going to do a little bit of some fun things with this. We're going to actually fill these bugles with peanut butter.
Ooh.
Did I steal Ben's recipe 1-to-1?
Fuck.
You're getting very close, but you said peanut butter, which is different.
Well, and then there's also chocolate.
Yeah.
So you've peanut butter on the inside, chocolate on the outside,
Ice cream paint job.
and you've got a Trumbugle.
Hell yeah.
Well, Ben, did you have the exact same recipe?
Pretty close to what Evan did. I think I maybe saw the similar like peanut butter stuffed recipe that you found. I found a different one that like kind of made it more of like an ice cream cone with like a white chocolate mixture on the inside, or like a sugary white chocolate mixture on the inside, and then a dark chocolate like coating. Okay, yeah, Ian.
By the way, we're doing great on time because we just knocked out 2 recipes in one.
Let's fucking
Got it back.
2 questions. First off,
Yeah.
where are we at on the bugle as like a chip?
Oh, I love bugles.
I do enjoy bugles. I can't deny it.
Not that I seek them out, but that's that one thing where like someone else brings them to a tailgate or like some party, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, bugles!" And then I'm like suddenly the biggest fanboy you've ever seen.
You put them on your fingers, and then you're like, you got claws.
That's true. You can, and it's even better to like scoop dip with, because you put them on your fingers and you just claw
God.
the dip, and then you're
It's
just
so
ready to
true.
go.
Okay, well that's a little bit fucked up.
So you're not, Ben, you're not telling me you put your bugle claws on and then you go to like the 7-layer dip and you're like, this is mine now.
Yeah,
And then
I was
you just
never
use
invited
them
back to that tailgate.
Yeah, to eat
Like
them.
Wolverine snick.
Yes.
I've never done that before. That sounds really freeing, though, to be honest. Maybe not at like a gathering, like a social gathering, but just by myself. I would
Okay.
totally do that.
You could dip a little finger in over there
Be a good,
somewhere.
maybe like a shower cosplay.
Bugles and dip
Interesting.
in the shower.
So you can just like be a little cheddar goblin in there, like
No.
Your claws immediately lose structural integrity once they
Yeah, because they're so wet.
Yeah, I think chips unfortunately wouldn't be a great shower food.
depends on the shape.
Yeah.
You know what? I just think they're gonna fall apart pretty darn quick.
Do you think they could engineer the ruffle to withstand water?
Already
Can
is.
we make these
okay.
ruffles seaworthy? They have waves already.
You're
I have to say, as far as structurally sound chip goes, which is a recurring topic on this show, the bugle is pretty structurally sound. It's
Yeah.
like cone, so it's like got the triangle shape to it, but it's like there's no break in the form. It's like continuous all the way around.
And the
right?
fact that you can like reinforce it by stuffing it with something is like
Maybe another bugle.
unstoppable.
Yeah.
This brings me to my second question, which is I'm picturing like, could we do like a bugle trio where like you have the peanut butter inside chocolate, cookie butter inside chocolate, and maybe like marshmallow fluff inside chocolate. And it's like a, you know, like you freeze them all and then put them in a bowl and you can just kind of like scoop them out. And
It's like a bugle
that.
Neapolitan.
yeah,
Kind of, except in this scenario, like you pick one, you don't know what you're gonna get.
just like life.
It's like slightly different because they're just like life. These bugles echo life.
Life is like a box of bugles.
I was surprised. Well, so when I was thinking about doing bugles for the recipe, because I also saw bugle Pokemon in the description and was like, okay, well that's it's right there, and also its beak, very bugle-like.
It's pretty bugly.
Which was why I was thinking for my recipe, I actually would just use a normal corn mixture to make the bugle, but I would use its beak as like a
Mold?
you know,
Oh, the mold.
shaping
Yeah.
mechanism. Yeah.
Smart.
And
So
just,
yours leaves it totally unharmed, and I'm just like defacing all of these birds.
Yeah.
yeah. So there's a difference in methodology, but the bugle is the same. And also, I was surprised by how many recipes are out there that are like bugle bump ups that are like I had never really even thought about. There was like sriracha bugles and like churro bugles, which
Makes
was
a
just
lot of
like
sense.
butter with cinnamon on top. But like,
I mean,
even
that
that
sounds
sounds good. Like, and I'm not even the biggest like bugle person. Like, I'm okay with bugles, but like all of these.
So Ben, are you telling me you're not J. Jonah Jameson because you don't want a daily bugle?
That's so good. I might deny the Daily Bugle, TBH. But the occasional bugle is great, and all of these different variations and like additional like recipes on the bugle seem very interesting.
They're a pretty versatile snack.
Yeah, I bet when the big game happens in a few weeks, maybe perhaps we dip into some chip-based experiences that at our parties.
Mayhaps, I don't know. I don't have any plans to go to any Super Bowl parties, but maybe I will, and I'll bring bugles just to make
That'd be
it happen.
bold to like show up to someone else's party and you just brought like a jumbo-sized bag of bugles.
Would it? Bringing a large bag of chips to a party seems pretty normal.
That is normal, Jeremy. But as we all know, bugles aren't
talking about
regular
bugles
fucking
here.
chips. They're they're fucking cones, man.
Pretty presumptuous of you to think I'd like bugles or whatever. I don't know.
very presumptuous of you that you bought a bag of chips at the store and then brought them to this party.
Evan himself is probably
Again, am I bringing it to Spider-Man's house because he hates the fucking Daily Bugle? What's going on here?
like Evan among us is probably the biggest bugle fan. If I showed up to his house with them, like certainly he'd be like, fuck yeah, brother, like you brought the good stuff.
Yeah.
But secondarily, I think Evan, correct me if I'm wrong, you'd also be like, that's an interesting choice.
It's true because I'd be so taken aback that someone else shares my love of bugles.
Like,
let me put it this way: if I was
think everyone
hosting,
who loves bugles is like a closeted bugler. Like I don't know anyone who openly is all about the
openly
bugle.
bugles. I
Just
And
saying.
also, I don't know if they're like a brand that is like as recognizable as it was when we were growing up, at least. Like, I don't see it in the stores as often. Like, it does seem like it's a little bit on the not on the up and up as far as snacks go.
Okay, all I'm saying is my family used to host a Super Bowl party every year for like 20-ish years. We invite a lot of people over. If one of them brought a large family-sized bag of bugles to the Super Bowl party, we would buy like, that is another bag of chips for this Super Bowl party when we can like throw it in a bowl, or maybe we just shove our hands in there, you know, nasty little people.
Kind of different, though.
Why is it this?
Listen.
What do you mean?
like normal chips to bring, Doritos, right? Salt
Okay,
and
sure,
vinegar, barbecue for the big game. Come on,
Sure.
have to have it.
Why the fuck
But
not?
like,
Probably some dipping chips,
right, some dip.
like
Sure.
some
Some
Tostinos.
Ruffles.
Scoops.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like what you're saying is like if there was some sort of a staff gathering where it was like a potluck. It's like, oh, everyone brings something, you know, in a slow cooker, and you slow cooked like fish or like some wild shit that like certainly that was an option that fit the parameters, but like nobody that wasn't on anyone's bingo card. Okay, the bugle
I
bingo
don't
card.
think if they're like at this potluck and it's like you can only bring slow cooked recipes, and I still brought a fish. Maybe I said I smoked it for like 12 hours or whatever. I think they would be like, "Oh, that's nice."
No, Jeremy.
They probably wouldn't have like any issues
Jeremy,
with it.
if we were having a slow cooker themed party and you brought fish and you said, "Oh, it's technically slow cooked because I smoked this for 12 hours," you'd be the biggest fucking dick at the party because you maliciously followed the
Didn't
rules.
show up in an Instapot. Yeah.
Well, what I'm like, I want some diversity because I know everyone's going to be crock-potting it, but I
You
think a
son of a bitch.
a smoked
Okay.
chub is going to be good at this
You thought
party.
wrong.
Can you or can't you follow the assignment,
Yeah.
the theme? What is the point of having a theme if no one follows it? Then we're
be
just
like-
like
Would
doing.
okay,
Then what are we
Ian,
doing? Okay,
Ian, would you
It's
accept?
like-
Would you accept barbecue at this party?
If it was just slow cooked in a slow cooker, yeah. But if you smoked it for like 12 hours, no.
It's like a lot of
I
barbecue.
feel like I gave an assignment to you and I said you have to do this essay in pencil, and you turned it in and you were like, actually I did it with an erasable pen. I'd fail your ass.
Yep. This is like the one toga party we hosted in college, and people showed up in yoga attire and thought it was a yoga party, and we were like, get the fuck.
Really? That's hilarious. Oh my god.
Well, I've got some exciting news for you guys. My recipe is also bugle related, but
Bugles continue.
it's slightly different because I had a feeling. I was being the Black Eyed Peas today. Yes.
Did you fucking slow roast this bugle?
Do you smoke it for 12 hours?
my slow cooked bugles fried for 12 hours.
Yes.
Slightly different recipe. Because I was like, first of all, I looked up bugle recipes, and I want to first hit up this recipe with the first option that came up is called Oh Sweet Basil Carrie's Easy Homemade Bugle Recipes, and I just want to point out that this recipe starts with a thing that says Meet Carrie, and then 3 paragraphs later has another thing that says, who is Carrie? Nice. And I'm like, I already met you. Why are you telling me who you are?
Who are they really?
Yes.
That's a little bit of, it's like, if you really were reading that, you'd be like, what? What's the whiplash here?
I thought our lore on this Carrie.
I thought we already met you, but apparently they're like a husband and wife team. Like, they're being cute. They're like PDA.
Oh, is it like Carrie and Carrie and their names are spelled differently?
It's Cade and Carrion are the 2 people.
Ooh, that's almost just as bad.
Yeah, and they're like making out over their like bread mixer. I don't know. You might get some sloppy seconds into that dish if you know what I'm saying.
Whoa.
Anyway,
I love bugle.
But my recipe involves actual bugle chips. But we're gonna apply them to the Trumbeak, and my recipe this week is called Yumbeak Trumbugle Fried Chicken. And
Cool.
Trumbugle. Yumbeak Trumbugle Fried Chicken. And what we're going to do is we're going to do the classic. We're going to add chips to our frying batter to give it that extra crunch. And as we know, we have spoken to the structural integrity of the bugle. We
They
know
have a crunch.
it can add that crunch. So we're gonna add it to our fried chicken recipe, and instead of a chicken, we're frying up Trumbeak as our bird of choice. We're getting kind of like a little bit of a tropical experience here. So pretty straightforward. You're going to kill the Trumbeak and perhaps cut its breasts and legs and thighs as the meat in this situation. How big is the Trumbeak? Let's double check on that. Okay, it's 2 feet tall. So you're getting a lot of meat. You're getting a good amount of meat on here. So what you're gonna do is usually when you batter up a fried fillet kind of situation, you have like your 3 stations kind of situation where you have like your flour, your like maybe like milk or buttermilk, and then like kind of like an extra coating as well. So where we're going to dip it each one of those, and our extra coating is going to be crushed up bugles. Now I know what you're thinking. With their such great structural integrity, how are you going to crush up these bugles?
Break your hand.
Individually, and what I say is we're going to employ more Pokemon in this research. You know how Machamp has 4 hands and they're very muscular and attractive? They're going to crush up the bugles and put them in this dish for us individually. So each one of their hands is in a different bag. Maybe they're like doing it at the same time kind of situation.
Oh, hell yeah.
Efficiency.
So we can get that going. So you're going to get your Trumbeak fillets and your legs and thighs. You're going to dip it in your dippings. I would add some extra, perhaps spices in there, salt, pepper to taste, maybe a little bit of like something like sriracha or cayenne to give it a bit of a kick. That's always good. Get a deep fryer. I know that's not available to most at home, but maybe you can borrow one from a restaurant like a Wendy's. And you're gonna throw your fries, your fillets in the fryer. Let them cook until they're golden brown and delicious. Pull them out. Let them cool, and perhaps let them drip their oil a bit so they're not super greasy. But after that, slam them down. I also think these would be great at a Super Bowl party kind of situation. So you're combining two elements of a Super Bowl party, like fried chicken and the chips, Bugles in this case, into one dish for your Super Bowl experience. Yes, Ian.
Are you? I was kind of picturing like a chicken drumstick, but then like the Bugles are whole on the outside. It's like a mace.
Yeah, and they're like sticking out, and it's like a mace that you hit people with.
Yes.
Like, are we having kind of like fun, like during like the halftime show, kind of like chasing each other around, being a little cheeky?
Can we have fun?
Yeah.
But Ian, are you saying you'd rather watch your like nephews hit each other with fried drumsticks than watch Usher perform at the halftime show?
I'm saying I would rather like have Evan just crack me over the head with like a huge chicken drumstick than watch Usher at the halftime
That
show.
I can do.
Oh, thank God.
I can do.
Well, I
Okay,
would generally
you said
say
drumstick. Maybe you'd call it a trumpstick. Just saying.
I thought you said a Trump stick, and I was like, absolutely not.
Oh, no.
Trumstick is pretty good. I'm going to say that we can do one novelty mace, and then the rest are going to be normal so you can eat them.
Yeah, it would be hard to eat.
Yeah, because it's so pokey.
Yeah.
That's the like main display piece.
Yes, it's like in the center kind of it, and like the rest are like bowing down towards it. And that's my recipe this week.
I feel like this works really well because as a like normal and flying type Pokemon, I feel like it's basically just it's like basic bird flavor, I assume, like normal bird, which everyone knows everything tastes like chicken.
Yes,
so
yeah.
like
Chicken
this,
and a biscuit
this makes sense
kind
to
of
me.
flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I believe it's time to speak of many things, such as wrapping up the recipes on our show. From Ian, we have Sauvignon Tremblant wine. From Evan, we have Bugles. And what flavor did you say yours were?
Peanut butter and chocolate.
Peanut butter and chocolate. From Ben, we have other Bugles, but he's using the Trumbeak as a mold rather than the full grinding experience. What flavors did you propose, Ben?
It was like white chocolate and chocolate.
White chocolate and chocolate. And for me, we have Trumbeak Trumbugle fried chicken, but it's a Trumbeak. So everyone please vote. Ben, tell us who the winner is this week.
I have the winner. It was unanimous, Jeremy. And they were all for one Jeremy Zelik.
Whoa! 4 weeks in a
experience,
row.
really
I've been on a
wonderful.
fucking roll.
4 weeks in a row?
true?
Yes.
Holy
Damn.
shit.
Yes, it is true.
I have no idea, actually.
You'll have your Lions moment soon.
Yeah. Well, you see, I'm not gonna. I've. This has been in like the back of my mind. Is that like late last year, like the last 3 months of last year, I was like flubbing left and right. I was like, oh, I've got a great recipe this week. It's got a funny name, and it's like, ooh, Ian swept in and like stole the ball from me, or like Evan came in with a with a swift kick to
When
the
you're
nards.
hot, you're hot.
Yeah, but I was like, new year, new me. I've got to fucking own Bones on I Choose You, and I want to thank you guys.
You have been owning.
I couldn't have made it here without you. Anyway,
Take back your podcast, Jeremy.
yeah, hell yeah.
So what you're saying is that it's the strength of your competitors that drives you and motivates you to become a better Poke chef.
Yes, and then that's why I like you guys. That's why I feel like you're all like different types of Bobby Flays in my life, and you're always throwing down with me.
But does that?
And I got to prove myself.
I'm sorry. By calling us all different, Bobby, are you implying that we all suck though? Like fundamentally, like we're just bad at what we do.
No, but see, but Bobby Flay was the first American chef to win the original Japanese Iron Chef. He's good.
Well, he was. I don't know. I was walking through an airport, saw a restaurant called like Bobby's Burgers, and I was like, huh, I could go for a burger. And then I saw his dumb fucking face on the wall, and I just walked right. I was like, nope, I'm not eating
Right
there.
around.
Oh.
You threw
Any
an
other
egg.
Bobby?
Yeah, I bought a raw egg at the airport and I threw it against the wall as I
Yeah.
walked by.
God, what if the airport sold eggs?
They do.
They sell
Yeah.
hard-boiled ones.
They do.
All right. Let's move on
Throw it
to
back.
everyone's favorite section of the show, Whale Lord's Mail Horde, where we read your recipes sent into ichoosepod@gmail.com. That's ICHEWSPOD@gmail.com. We surprisingly don't have any email recipes this week, but on the Discord, one Pokemaniac Chris has submitted another recipe. Ben, please tell us what it is.
Yeah, and they brought up something that I thought was going to come up, but didn't.
We got very
Pokemaniac
distracted
Chris.
by Bugles, so...
Listen, boys, I know full well that Trumbeak's beak is made of candy corn, or
thinking about it.
is an ice cream cone, or whatever bullshit we're presupposing this week. I know that, you know that, we all know that. But you also know, and I also know, that I'm not here to make presuppositions. I'm here to bench press 28 years of Pokemon lore and do some real fucked up world building. So, let me tell you about Trumbeak ceviche.
Oh, nice.
Ceviche is, of course, a cooking technique that uses acid rather than heat. In Alolan cooking, it is supplied by a mixture of nomelberry and mago berry juice with just a couple of drops of corrosive salazzle venom. You chop up the meat, you marinate it in those acids, the proteins in the meat break down, and you get lovely tender meat with a zesty flavor. In Alola, they serve it with a sort of tropical fruit salad, finely chopped bounsweet, execute shavings, lilligant berries, lorantis blooms, sometimes some pickled delmise fronds, all spiced up with a generous helping of cherry berry paste and fragrant leafeon leaves. It's a good time, lots of amazing Alolan tropical flavors in perfect harmony. The trouble starts when the tourists try to take it home with them.
Doesn't it
Alola
always?
Alola has always been a massively popular tourist destination, and back in 2016, the region became flavor of the month for a while, and there was a huge tourism boom. Rich Cantonians, Unovans, and Galarians came from their holidays, sprinkling Alolan phrases into conversation and mixing tiki drinks, and decorating their homes with tacky imitation idols, carved from real virgin basalt.
Nice.
This was annoying, but largely harmless. They also wanted to start cooking Alolan food, using whatever ingredients they could find locally to imitate the traditional dishes they'd eaten on holiday. Which, again, is largely harmless. Unfortunately, one of the most popular dishes of that particular tourism boom was Trumbeak ceviche.
Nice.
The problem, obviously, is that back in Alola, this shit was fresher than a Snover's fart. If you had Trumbeak ceviche at a small family-owned restaurant in Hau'oli City, that bird was probably raised on the premises, killed less than 3 hours before service, and handled by 2 or 3 chefs. In Galar or Unova, if you get Trumbeak at all, it was probably raised in a factory farm, mechanically butchered on an assembly line that gets cleaned once a day, handled by half a dozen overworked packers, then spent about 2 weeks in a refrigerated ship's hold. And that's fine more than 99% of the time, as long as you cook the meat, making sure you get a consistent internal temperature of at least 75 degrees Celsius. Or, 600 Scoville units, or whatever Americans use.
We only use spiciness ratings to cook our meats.
Yeah. But if you try to get away with cooking that same meat using only acid and no heat, everyone gets salmonella. That's why, even in Alola, you won't see this dish on the menu at larger establishments or chain restaurants. They know it's not safe to scale it up. Anyway, for years, there was huge outbreaks of food poisoning in Unova and Galar, always coinciding with the end of the Alolan tourist season, and the victims always found something else to blame, other than their bootleg Alolan home cooking. Eventually, a restaurant in Winden started trying to serve Trumbeak ceviche, did everything wrong, and got shut down, which led to a massive public health campaign, and finally put a stop to everything. If you've had a tropical island holiday and you just can't bear to forget it, just refresh your memory with a mango LaCroix.
Nice.
first of all, that did make me want to eat ceviche. I know that there's like a whole health crisis in the third act, but when you started,
It made you want it more.
yeah, I was like, God damn, some ceviche sounds good right now.
It kind of does.
Yeah. Thanks for writing in, Pokemaniac Chris. We always appreciate it. You do so much goddamn research, and I love it. Makes me so happy.
It's true.
All right, let's move on to Pick'emon, where we pick next week's Pokemon. Evan, please give me a number between 722 and 809.
All right, let's see. 741.
741. That we already did that. That was Oricorio.
What about
Can you just pick like the
808?
nearest one?
The nearest
closest
one
to
we
that?
haven't done. Let's do then Oricorio. Okay, well we'll just bump one up from that and do Cutie Fly.
Nice.
All right.
Cutie Fly.
Yes.
Cute.
Send it. Well, it's their next episode will be in February. Valentine's Day, cute, all that business. So
Aw.
we could do some stuff with that. So send in your cutie pie recipes. Cutie Fly. God damn it! I said the non-pun version of the name.
Uh-oh. Disqualified.
Yeah, cancel me now. Cancel me, daddy.
Jeremy's canceled.
Yeah, I'm fucking. Send in your cutie fly recipes to ichoosepod@gmail.com. That's ichoosepod@gmail.com. Before we wrap up the show, let's do the plug section. Where can we find you on the internet, Ben?
You can find me on the internet at Ben C. Montoya on Twitter or Instagram, or on Tumblr at thefearandnow.tumblr.com.
All right, Evan.
You can find me on the internet at E_Van on posts or E_Van Aubrey on X.
All right, Ian. I said Evan again. I'm sorry.
You can find me at Musician Davis on Instagram.
All right, you can find me at Twitter and Blue Sky at Velocity Prime 1. You can follow me on Tumblr at Velocity Prime No 1. You can check out my writing at the-avocado, Jeremy Zelick, the-avocado.org, Jeremy Zelick. All right, let's wrap up the show. This has been I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. You can find us on your favorite podcasting apps, including Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, or your podcast catcher of choice. If you like our show, give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to help us go up the ranks. If you want more I Choose You goodness, check out our social media pages, I Choose Pod, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Tumblr, Threads, and Blue Sky. There's all 8 of them. You can submit recipes and do funny bits all on our social media pages. Make sure to check out the I Choose You Discord if you want to be a part of the community, submit recipes, participate in community events, and generally hang out and learn about the secret history of Julia Child, OSS officer. Head on over to the I Choose You Discord. Links are available in the episode description. Lastly but not leastly, check out our official website, ichooseyou.menu. ichooseyou.menu has a full episode archive and merch store. We've still got editions of the Poke Burger shirt to purchase. We've had some recent acquisitions in the past week, but you can still get your hands on the Poke Burger t-shirt. If you want a, New Year's resolution, wear the Poke Burger t-shirt. I have been doing it, and people have looked at me while I'm wearing it. So if you want that to happen, purchase the Poke Burger t-shirt from ichooseyou.menu. It's a good time. All right, I think that wraps up the show. I've been your host and Alton Brown of the group, Jeremy Zelick.
I've been your friend on the show, Ben Montoya.
I've been your, let me check my notes, Antonio Galoni of the show, Ian Davis.
And Evan Aubrey.
And to all the choosies out there in Radioland, in a while, Totodile.
We've been consuming, presuming, Leguming, cracking cans and having feasts. Munching, crunching, slurping. Pokemon and Ultra Beasts. I choose you. Season 7's our destiny. Let's eat some Alolan food. I choose you.